Well, evening, fellow zombies. How are we doing today? It's 11:07 at night Pacific Standard Time. It's still the 30th of June, 2023. The countdown continues until July 4th. This is your zombie out here, sleep deprived and emotionally screwed up. The Weaver John Z of Rosamond, California. Okay, guys. There was a couple of things I was trying to respond to. One of them's going to need to be deep thoughted. Yeah, my brain's not working exactly very well. By the way, if you haven't seen anything crawling in the screen in the background, do not fret, do not freak. That is Bug War. That's still ongoing. Okay, so I had to send this over to our commander in chief sitting in the Oval Office. To the President Joe Biden. From a fellow Democrat, libtard, as they call me out here in Rosamond. Well, it's conservative territory. This is Kevin McCarthy's territory. I'm not using that other official title on the guy. He has no right to it. He is basically. There's a lot of negative words I could say, Mr. President, and he's not worth it. However, I did find out about a certain situation, a medical situation, that's being talked about among the social media out there, including on YouTube. So your security detail probably knows about it. Probably been aware of it. Hopefully, if they're not, well, they need to be. I know what it's like to be on a CPAP machine, sir. There's a lot of us out there. There's no great disgrace on that one. I talk about it on time on my channels. One main channel anyway, the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver. Yeah, a lot of issues I deal with on my own channel. Besides the politics, I also deal with emotional issues left and right. Getting back to the medical situation we both share, sir. I've had this problem for basically 20 years. I wasn't as large as I am right now. I was a lot skinnier. But I was diagnosed of having sleep apnea. My family had noticed that I have been waking up from situations I didn't realize it. I snore like crazy and just wake up with a snort or two. And I did that a lot of times that my brother and my mother had decided I should get tested. And I did. Word of advice, sir. If you were in your younger stage, if you were in your younger stage, sir, I would have recommended never having a sleep study done in an area where there's a medical facility nearby, particularly when you're on the road that has ambulances and EMS and police racing up and down the street. It does not help with a sleep study. But even with that, I was still diagnosed. Severe sleep apnea. Consigned to the machine. I know there's other medical techniques out there that would probably help out. I got used to the machine. Having the oxygen forced down my throat, at least I was actually able to maintain 6 hours of sleep sometimes. A lot younger. These days, I'm 57 years old, sir. I don't get that much sleep these days. I'm a zombie. I said sleep deprived because I sleep during the daytime, and at nighttime I fight like hell just to see if I get any sleep, since I already got my body screwed up. And yes, there are medical techniques out there and medications that would help me out. Believe me, sir, I wish I could trust the doctors and the medical establishment. I just don't. So, I'm consigned to the machine, and I'm okay with that. I talk about it from time to time on my videos. Only when the topic comes up, sir. But don't consider it as an embarrassment. Consider it as medical necessity at this point. It's keeping you alive. It's barely keeping me alive. It eats up a lot of distilled water. One little point of fact I can raise with you, sir, out here in Roseman, California, Kern County area, we got wells out here. We're not exactly on the main water system here. And in the water, there are minerals that people have an issue with. And those issues we have to deal with using distilled water. Either we get it out of the stores, which is very rare these days, or we get filter systems, which I'm using these days. It helps, and it's the only thing that the machine will take. So I imagine your aides are well aware of this and keeping that machine serviced properly at this point and cleaned. It's you need it to be cleaned, sir. But I just wanted to let you know you're not alone using a CPAP, Mr. President. You're really not. I hope that nobody else will give you a ribbing on this one, sir. Send them my way. I hope you have a safe and pleasant July 4th weekend. And if you have dogs, make sure they are closed up tight and have plenty of music around them to keep the noise away from them. One thing about my town out here, sir, is they don't exactly follow rules and regulations concerning about how to handle fireworks safely these days. In the unincorporated areas, we have less law enforcement out here, less fire department, and more citizens out here, which means more opportunities to turn our town into a literal war zone in the sky and on the ground. I really start to regret the crap that we actually have July 4th weekend celebrated with fireworks, not to mention New Year's or any other holiday in between. You have a good night, sir. Take care.